Kitzu art.
Hello everyone, Kitzu here, voicing over another VRoid model. And yes, this is basically my first furry model in VRoid. I have been seeing them a lot in the VRoid community in Reddit, so I thought I would give it a try. I was definitely thinking of Pokemon, mostly previous generations, but lately I have been seeing a lot of love for the grass cat, mostly its first cute form and its final evolution, which of course pretty much is close to a furry. This was an easy project to do. Just start with the bodysuit and color it green, color the entire body green, and then the legs a different green color. I believe it was a total of like 4 bodysuits being used, if I remember. Just for the green body to make it look as much as Meowscarada as possible. Of course, it won't be a perfect furry, since VRoid can only create human models. I even tried making the mask using hair, but I had an extremely tough time trying to make it, and decided to give up on it and just make it in Blender, since it's easier that way. I'm sure it could be possible to do it in VRoid, but I just didn't have the patience to experiment with the hair, and I was also live streaming, so I really had to know what I'm doing in order to keep like the viewers watching the process. Giving Meowscarada hair wasn't in my thoughts, but it was a furry model, so why not, since it will be the same color as the body. For the tail, I used a bunny tail, and for the scarf thing around her neck, I used a coat. I can't really add hair to the whole body, but VRoid clothes do come with a furry suit. I even added a skirt for the waist. Also, this is the first time I tried relying more on the coloring tools for VRoid. I only use Clip Studio Paint for basic color and outlines. I use VRoid colors mostly for shadows, and I gotta say, the tools it has are pretty nice. I didn't know you could do some good shadows with VRoid. I didn't even knew that there was a blur tool. There was a lot of struggle happening in the process, which mostly involves using the hairs to create the mask, and also the scarf. I had to cut off a lot of the process due to almost taking an entire hour on the mask and the scarf as well. It was just a lot of experimenting. The mask was okay to go, but the scarf was something I had to get right, because I have done similar things in my previous models. Fun fact about the furry suit is that the paws are pretty much already outlined in the model, so that made the process of coloring them in a bit more easy. Of course, I would still use Clip Studio Paint and use the vector layer to create some smooth outlines. Again, the shadows were colored in with VRoid, as I believe this process would make things a little easy instead of going back and forth between both programs. I was mostly trying to speed things up since I believe this was a simple model. As for the outlines, I tried to not make this model too sexy. As you can see that I gave the model big boobas, mostly to just see how the shade would look since the chest was the tough part to give shadow. And also the scarf needed to look good on the body, so I messed with the chest edits a bit. And if you're wondering how I made the scarf dark in the back but green on the front, I just duplicated the hairs and colored the copy. The mask was a pretty easy thing to create. Well, mostly since I had to do a few edits to get it right. It's mostly a learning experience of trial and error. But the biggest challenge was the pink flower collar thing around Meowscarada's neck. As you can see the attempts I'm doing to get it right. But YouTube does have some good tutorials on using Blender tools. I was also learning to make cell shaders, so the mask and the color actually combine well with the VRoid model. Well, that's Meowscarada, my first VRoid furry. Hope you enjoy watching the speed up process of this model that you can check out in my Ko-fi page. Thank you for watching, like and subscribe when you enjoy, and I'll see you in my next video. Take care, guys. See ya.